I had agreed with an Oceanographic Institute to teach one of its scientists to skin dive. I didn't realize how pleasant an assignment this would be until my pupil, Liza Kenny, appeared for lessons. She was very pretty, knew more about the sea than I did, and was learning to dive with surprising speed. She was enjoying it, too. Despite the fun of diving, nothing could divert her long from the project in which I was also to assist her, a study of kelp. This remarkable plant is a friendly haven for sea life. It's extremely beautiful, but it can also be a dangerous trap for divers. Rich in vitamins and minerals, it is one of the fastest growing things in nature and could one day wipe out famine in the world. All this had caught Liza's imagination. And mine, too. Above us was a very strange-looking vessel, a kelp harvester. While we studied the density of kelp growth, the ship was going about its business of cutting and gathering. In addition to this, it was collaborating with the Institute's study project. We would have to stay quite deep. The bow of the harvester was extremely dangerous. Its blades cut the tops of the plants 4 feet below the surface like a giant lawnmower. A man caught in those teeth would be ripped to shreds. Yet the time was coming when I would have to take the chance of getting caught in that moor, deliberately. The next day, Liza and I were at the kelp processing plant. We had arranged to work from the harvester itself, jumping off at the edge of the kelp forest. As we walked toward the harvester dock, we were walking into a brand of trouble that I had never anticipated.
15 years I've been fishing around the kelp. Always it's good. Then this boat come and it is bad. They cut the kelp and the fish go away. We go broke because of you.
Oh, no. Cutting the kelp doesn't affect your fish. Hi, Mike. Mike, come here a minute, will you? This is Mike Nelson. He's a marine specialist. He'll tell you.
Well, it's only the top of the kelp that's cut, you know. And lets in more sunlight, which makes more food in the kelp for your fish. Helps your fishing, as a matter of fact.
The law only allows them to cut down to 4 feet.
That's right. I'm sorry about your fishing. It hasn't been any good lately, but it has nothing to do with this man's boat, or the kind of work that he's been doing with it.
You're a liar. You're all liar. Oh, please.
That's enough of that, mister. You better get off the dock.
I warn you.
I said get off the dock. No, let him go. This thing's got to be settled. Might as well be right now. Let him go.
Let me go. You like the kelp? Eat it.
Look out, Dick. He's got a knife. No, Pop! Now, get out. All right, come on. The fight's over.
Get out of my way.
Put it away.
Get out of my way.
Got him cool him off enough now so he listen to reason.
Wish I could believe you.
I don't forget this.
It sounded like an idle threat, but we'd have been wise to have taken it seriously. The kelp harvester was working above, and we were surveying below. I again pointed out the blades to Liza. If we got too absorbed in underwater research, they could be on top of us before we noticed. The other big danger was the kelp itself. We had to avoid getting entangled or lost. At least I thought it was the other big danger. Liza was a good pupil. She remembered all the safety rules and obeyed signals. By the time we boarded the harvester again, I was quite confident of our ability to cope with any problems that we might meet in the kelp. The harvester headed back to the dock with a full load of kelp and 2 happy divers. Off Point Fermo, Armand and his son were having another luckless day of fishing.
A mine in the net!
What is it?
A mine. We better cut the net, quick.
No. If it were dangerous, by this time we would all be... Look there. It is not armed. I better call the Coast Guard. They would take care of it. Now, wait. Bring in the net and the mine. They are going back to the camp.
Wait a minute, Pop.
I know what I'm doing.
But you can't go around blowing up ships.
Did I raise you as a man or a jellyfish? We find a mine. We get rid of it. If the kelp cut happens to come along in the same place, it is a sad accident.
I won't let you do it.
If you do not like what I do, take your wife and your brood and leave my house. Or show me you have a man's strength and courage to fight for that which he lives by. The fish in his net and the bread on his table.
Don't threaten to throw me out, Pop. Bread I'll always have. But I'm still your son. Whatever you do, I'll do it.
You will see. Pretty soon the fishing will be great. This time, we get the big one.
By the next morning, they had armed the mine. They had tied it to the kelp just below the surface, where it couldn't be seen and where the harvester would inevitably hit it.
Mike, when you're in the water, watch out for those cutter blades.
Don't worry, boy.
I remember one morning I saw a seal get caught up. It wasn't a pretty sight.
I bet it wasn't.
I'll take care.
Yeah, I will. Come on, you ready to go here?
Yeah.
Even after years of diving, each new exploration of the underwater world is an exciting experience for me. We kept a weather eye open for the kelp harvester working above. When we saw it pass overhead, it reminded us to keep at a safe depth. We had no idea that after a few more long sweeps, the blades of the mower would hit the concealed mine. If it did, we would all be destroyed. A deadly mine had been found by two fishermen, Armand Davy and his son. They mistakenly believed that a kelp harvester was ruining their fishing grounds and had deliberately concealed the mine in its cutting area. Liza and I were working underwater very close to the mine, but kelp is a perfect cover, and we had seen nothing. Suddenly, I glimpsed a shape in the kelp which transported me right back to wartime days. I had the same sinister feeling I had when I first encountered an enemy mine. It seemed to be armed, and it was tied off in the kelp. We couldn't go for help. The harvester would be slicing its way through the kelp at any moment, right on top of the mine. I tried to make Liza understand the problem, but she was afraid of what might happen to me. All I could do was to write mine on her scooter. Because of my Navy frogman experience with underwater demolition, I knew the type of mine and how to handle it. There was no question about it. It was armed, all right. When Liza heard the harvester coming, she had the presence of mind to try to warn it away. The arming mechanism was jammed tight. It was old and stiff. Liza did her best, but aboard the harvester, they didn't see her or hear her. I realized that I wasn't going to be able to disarm the mine, not in time. The harvester would be on us in seconds. There was only one thing that I could think of, but I didn't know if I could manage it. I had to get that mine down below those mower blades, so they wouldn't hit it, just long enough for the harvester to pass by. I dove, pulling with all my might. The natural buoyancy of the mine was hard to overcome. I strained and kicked. I could feel the mine yielding, moving down with me, but ever so slowly. It was agony. I kicked with everything I had, trying to get the maximum force of water resistance against my swim fins. I don't know where I got that final burst of strength, but down came the mine, just deep enough. The ship and the mower sailed past. The margin was as narrow as anything I've ever lived through, but it was enough.
Let's get that one.
Within an hour, a Navy team had successfully disarmed the old mine and was lifting it on board as tenderly as if it were a newborn babe. I had saved the rope that had tied the mine to the kelp because I had a good idea where it came from.
From your boat, all right. Both ends match perfectly.
It meant nothing. You can prove
There's
nothing.
no need of arguing about it. Microscope will give us a story, and you'll both go to jail where you belong.
All right. But it was my idea, no one else's. Nicky was against it. But he could not stop me. He tried, but I threatened him. I am a fool. Do with me what you want, but let my boy go.
Well, I'm sure they'll give your son every possible break they can.
Hello there. I'm Lloyd Bridges. You know, 3/5 of the world is covered by the sea. And how little most of us know about that underwater world. Go below with us again next week, huh? For another thrilling adventure in Sea Hunt.